assholes who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship.
I mean, he didn't though. He died.
By wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only like 11 people alive of the 200-something crew, and the entire ship was...
I think I've heard this Queensryche song.
I thought it was green jelly.
It's a similar
Definitely Queensryche.
Now just imagine that coming out of a pink cartoon anime rabbit woman.
Are you telling us that Pippa is Alex Jones?
Yes.
One thing is that I would probably watch the VTuber version of Alex Jones.
No, see, I'm a degenerate. Because what I want is a panties versus stocking style, extremely over-sexualized anime waifu with Alex Jones' voice to make me both confused and horny and not sure from
I came across that a couple days ago and was dying.
I bet you did, Panama Red.
Good. It's so good.
Anyway, hello and welcome back to the Gospel of Comics. I am your host, the Church of Failure, and with me as always are my degenerate co-host, Ayrton McCartney, RuneKnight, and Larry Bernard.
Hey, it's Lord. How dare you?
Of the three of us, Larry's not a degenerate.
Fair.
From
He
the
is.
story I was telling you about when I was in my 20s and that party in Orlando.
Hey, look, man, stuff that happens in your 20s happened in your 20s. That doesn't mean you're a degenerate now.
Larry's not gay. He has relationships with women and sex with men.
Right, no, that's right.
Brune, hold on. My
That's right,
20s were a year and a half ago. All right, that doesn't mean anything.
No, that just means you're still a degenerate.
Anyway, now that
we're
we've
just talking
established that
about
we're all degenerates,
and no, we're just talking about that. Sucking dick's not gay. No homo. That makes it not gay.
but $5. Anyway, now that we've gotten through that, I shudder to ask, but how are you boys this evening?
I mean, I'm not wearing socks at the moment, so.
Right, of course.
I'm doing okay, but I'm pondering the eternal question, should I buy a new mattress or not?
No. I am in the process of arranging a ride to my bank to take out $15, and I'm convincing myself that $15 is for the Girl Scout cookies and not the attentions of the young woman bringing them.
Well, hold up. You know, a lot of the Girl Scout troops now have Square.
That's right.
Oh, sweet. I didn't know. I don't believe that means she's going to have it on her, though. This is the young lady that I went on a date with a couple of months ago. She's a mom, she has kids. Kids are, of course, in Girl Scouts, and it's like, oh, well, as the potential male, I must purchase some of your fine cookies. And then get my hands
Well, I
on the
mean,
cookies.
as an American, you must purchase these cookies.
I mean, Girl Scout cookies kind of suck.
No, if you get the right ones, they're quite good. It's actually the thing.
They kind of suck.
It depends on what you're getting. They are overpriced.
They're overpriced.
The quantity of Girl Scout cookies you receive are terrible. The delectability of the Girl Scout cookies are not in question.
Right, that's the thing. And as I said, first I'm going to buy cookies, and then hopefully I'm going to get my hands on someone's cookies.
See, I'm not beholden to anyone for Girl Scout cookies. So my wife buys the somewhat, in some cases, better ones from the stores now. But you know,
here's the question: are you gonna have, when your little churchlings are old enough, have your own in-house connection to Girl Scout cookies?
Oh God, no! The Scouts are a scam. And probably tied to several cheese pizza parlors.
Probably. I mean, I've known that
the-
since I was a kid and could have been in the Scouts.
I mean that's actually the coolest dinner my mom and I had recently, and it is in fact
What?
comics related.
Wait, you went to a CD pizza place that had
No.
a basement but didn't have a basement?
Okay, what I do on my personal time is my business, but no, that's not what I'm talking about.
No,
Hold up. A little story.
I feel like Rune's not getting the implication of the joke being told here.
No, don't interrupt him. Let him keep going.
Well, hold up.
Don't
I've
correct him.
tried to go to Cosmic Pizza twice to eat there.
Yeah.
Both times it was closed down due to unspecified issues with the first time was their gas line, and the second time was with their water line.
Larry,
I'm sure
the difference is
Red.
the difference is, Larry, you went to a Freddy Fazbear's, and Rune went to a Clinton establishment.
No, I tried to go to the one in D.C., which Alex Jones implied was the Clinton establishment.
Oh, okay, good.
The double funny there is actually that's the same reason I can't go to the drive-in movie theater.
What?
Wait.
Is somebody clipping this? Probably somebody clipping
Seriously, I've been to the drive-in movie theater twice. The first time the projector broke. The second time lightning hit the projector booth,
sure
and the projector was killed. And it's like, no, you just don't get to watch movies at the drive-in, Joe. It's not going to happen.
Right.
This reminds me of when I went to see Dick Tracy in the movie theater. I was a young lad, and I was with my father.
Yeah.
And,
Really dating yourself there, Joe?
And my father...
No, that's Larry. I'm Joe.
That's me.
Yeah, sorry. You're really dating yourself there, Larry.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, if
also
you want me to
Joe
date
Carroll,
myself, I saw Dick Tracy on TV in HBO.
Yeah, Joe and I are very close in age, so I'm dating Joe by a couple of years. So my father...
It's very special that Larry and I are dating.
So, my father, who was a police officer, said, "Huh, I smell weed." Then about 15 minutes later, the unmistakable sound and visuals occurred of a roll of film starting to burn.
Excellent.
We did go back and use our refund tickets to see Dick Tracy. Hindsight being 2020, we shouldn't have done that.
It was a terrible movie, but it was so good.
It was a terrible movie in that it was exceedingly accurate, but it was also inaccurate in many other ways.
I mean, Warren Beatty was a terrible casting for Dick Tracy.
And Madonna was a terrible casting for Madonna.
I mean, she was basically like herself.
So
Yeah.
tell me about this pizza place, man.
Right, so, no, this is... Okay, shut up. This is actually our heartwarming moment on the Gospel of Comics.
I'm sure it was.
Okay? So, I was trolling around BirdNet the other day and discovered that the owner of Little Caesars, the guy who actually started the company, is a saint. Alright? Because when he found out that Rosa Parks had been robbed and beaten in Detroit, he paid for her move.
That's just going to Detroit.
Oh, I know. But he paid for her move, and then he paid for her rent for the last 10 years of her life.
I mean, that'd be cool if the whole Rosa Parks story wasn't all entirely set up and faked for the media.
No, I mean, yeah, but I was saying a human being was beaten and helped in their...
He helped an old lady.
Yeah, he helped an old lady. That's amazing. So I'm like, wow, Mom, we should get Little Caesars. He's like, yeah, we should get Little Caesars.
Oh, Mom, we should get our own black lady to help.
I mean, sure. Then black ladies get helped. So that's a good. But no, so Little Caesars is having this weird, special for the Batman film. You can get a pizza shaped like a bat symbol.
Yeah, terrible.
Wait, I just realized that must be why Little Caesar's pizza tastes like cardboard, because he spent all his money trying to help Rosa Parks and didn't invest any into his pizza business.
Oh, no,
he
that
didn't
totally
invest any
makes
money
sense
to-
now.
No, dude, have you not had a Little Caesars recently?
No.
No.
Yeah, they retooled. Their pizza's
Oh,
good
no.
now.
No, it's not.
So
It,
it tastes like Amazon cardboard instead of UPS cardboard. Okay.
here's the thing, Rune. Little Caesars pizza is delicious for the first 7 minutes of its life. After that, it starts going downhill dramatically.
I mean, that is true. But that's because I have serious heartburn and actually shouldn't have pizza. But damn it, I love me cheese and meat.
It's not the kind of pizza that you want to have sitting in the fridge.
No, but still, Mom and I had Batman pizza because the owner of Little Caesars helped a black woman, like a real hero, and not a dangerous vigilante. And it wasn't bad. It's not a calzone. I wish it was a calzone, but what they call a calzone is basically a pizza that's been half folded.
Oh, apparently we have loveface.xyz says, bro, just go website and jerk off, and a bunch of emojis.
Oh, wow.
How in the world have we started getting these problems on our show?
It's happening everywhere right now.
Because we're the best?
It's happening everywhere right now. I didn't even put this show out on Twitter because, well, the scotch I'm drinking is 60% alcohol by volume.
We do need to tell people this show is happening so that we get viewers, so that the show is good. I mean...
Do we really?
I mean, man, that is the job.
I mean, I'm going to tweet it out.
I ain't getting paid.
Look, this is especially true if people want us to do dramatic readings of Ben Shapiro's book, because I'm not paying for it.
Oh, no, we'll advertise that. I'll pay for it and advertise that. That's fine.
They want us to read leaked versions of the Lord of the Rings script.
Yeah.
If they want that shit, they gotta watch.
Has anybody put hands on that?
Not yet, but no, like Jeremy from the Quartering got a hold of it.
Oh, I might be able to get it then.
I mean, yeah, talk to the people. Because
I'll
dramatic
just
reading.
DM Jeremy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
Talk
bro,
to people and say, hey, like,
we want to read this for our show for the lulz.
Yeah, we're gonna do a comedic reading of it live on air.
Hey, if you'll go for it, you should have him come over and then be one of the voices.
Oh no, I don't want to damage his reputation like that. I mean, he's got a terrible reputation on YouTube as it is, and I don't think being here will help it.
I don't want to damage our reputation. What are you talking about?
We have a reputation?
Did you hear about what the latest in the Ethan Preston Poulter drama?
Ethan got released from the lawsuit for jurisdiction, I believe, right?
Right, but here's the thing. Ethan was willing to let Vicky and a couple of the other people...
Yeah, start Gift Comics or whatever, DA Talks or somebody.
Yeah, we're willing to let them get on the boat with him and get away from this stupid lawsuit. All they would have had to have done was hired a lawyer, and they're like saying, no, Ethan, you need to have your lawyer take care of us too. And so there's still the lawsuit with Preston.
Jesus Christ. So,
by the way, since we were talking about pizza, I posted some pizza for...
I saw. Dude, I want to try chicken waffles pizza. That actually looks delicious.
Me too.
Could you share those horror shows for our audience?
Is that in Twitter?
No, it's in the Discord chat.
Oh shit! I don't even have Discord pulled up right now.
Hold on.
So the whole point of...
So the first pizza is apparently, according to people in Sweden...
Don't describe it before I can get it up. Jesus Christ, man.
Well, no, I'm preparing the audience.
Oh shit! He's back. He's back. Online strip without clothing.
I mean, he heard you talking about getting it up, Church.
That's right.
Church, I have the screen share going.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so the first pizza there, from what I've been told by many people in Sweden on the internet.
Wait, the first one? Hold on. I was on the chicken waffles still.
Yeah, the one right above.
There you go.
So the first pizza I've been told by several Swedish people on Bird Internet is a good hangover pizza.
What is it?
It's a French fry and cheese pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is that ranch on it?
Yeah, what's the jizz on top?
That is ranch dressing, sir. You are correct.
Okay. As a Southerner, I feel like I should be able to identify ranch from afar.
There is no God.
That is chicken and waffle pizza.
See, I really feel like they missed out. I really feel like they missed out on an opportunity of having like a waffle crust.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there are better ways to do that atrocity. I still say there is no God.
That looks delicious. Fuck both of you.
I mean, how drunk would you have to be to want to eat that?
I would eat that sober. What do you mean?
I don't know
Okay,
how many bourbons has Church had.
Church.
No, I'm drinking scotch right now.
So, Church, would you go for that when you're drunk?
In between the 7th and 9th bourbon, that would be a very welcome meal.
Oh.
So I have to ask, do you measure this by the bourbons or by the churches? Like, is it milli-churches?
No, it's by the drink because I'm a civilized man. I have a shot glass. I have a chaser. I pour the bourbon in the shot glass. I shoot it, and I chase it.
That is the one problem with being a straight arrow who does not drink. That is the actual problem. Is I want them, but if I have shot glasses and ale mugs and the like, I have no use for them. That's like the worst thing. That's like having a gun and not having anything to shoot with it at.
I mean, I have several guns and nothing in my proximity to shoot them at.
I mean,
But if you wanted to, though, you could get a target. You could go out hunting. You could do whatever you got to do. You
can go to
have
one of
the
those
capacity.
sections of Detroit where nobody lives for 5 miles around.
There's a range like 7 minutes away.
Right.
But, yeah.
I don't drink, so I would not be able to use my drinking accoutrement. And what's worse is that I would end up having to let guests use it. So I'm watching other people use my shot glasses.
No, Rune, you wouldn't. You could, think about this, okay? You know those little cups they give you with medicine bottles? Fuck those. Use skull shot glasses like a real man.
Yes.
I mean,
that's excellent.
Or
Rune. When I'm 60, that's when I'll put my pills in. Just be like, fuck you.
Also, so Rune, my dad actually has a huge collection of shot glasses, and he rarely drinks. It just kind of became a thing that he got a couple of, and then we just kept getting him shot glasses, when we went on trips or
and as far as keeping your pills in something, get an old Coke vial and snort your pills.
No, that's a step too far. I actually like
no, you just. Well, by the time you're old, it won't matter. I mean, But, you just dip your spoon in and be like, it's time for my heart medication.
God damn it, I want to go get some of my dry stuff and snort some tobacco on it.
So, here's my question for you guys. How many of you are motivated to see Uncharted starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg?
None of us.
I'll see it.
I'm not going to go see it in the theater.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
not.
I mean, I saw it in the theater.
I'll either see it if it's on somebody's service.
Yeah, but Larry, you spend as much money as I spend on liquor going to the movies.
I don't. I pay for a subscription service that gives me a flat rate number of tickets every month.
Yeah, I'll see it if it's somebody's buying it, or I will see it when it comes to the 7 Seas.
So, let me give you a very brief review because there's not a whole lot to the movie. It's
Tomb Raider for men.
If you've not watched the Uncharted games or played them, it's fine. It's a very bland archaeological adventure movie. Tom Holland isn't playing a really good character. He's not
Jesus
playing a bad
Christ.
character. Mark Wahlberg's not playing a really bad character either, but not a good one.
Well, look, the sad secret to this film is that Marky Wahlberg is getting a paycheck. That's it.
And Tom Holland is getting a paycheck.
No, Tom Holland's getting more than a paycheck.
Yeah, because Sony wants Tom Holland to have the second major franchise.
Right.
So they could basically bank on Tom Holland as one of their stars.
Well, because they need to prove that Tom Holland has enough range to play multiple characters, which is the unfortunate part for this film, because even though he does have range and he should be doing other films, He's basically going to be. He's basically going to be Spider-Man.
sound like a tin
Sam's
can.
uniform.
Yeah, he was not. This was not an action film that was equipped for Tom Holland's skill set.
Which is unfortunate because he's got the range. He can do the job.
You know what I actually think was a decent movie, and I know we're off topic here, but
Hey,
what's
Cross.
going on, Cross? No, Jumanji, the new Jumanji wasn't awful.
Both of them were good.
Yeah,
I saw
yes,
both of them.
It was so stupid. What do you mean?
You sound like you're in a tin can.
Ayrton, there's an important qualifying difference here while you're sorting out your tin can. You are a bachelor and a misanthrope. Church is a misanthrope, but is married with children.
And I saw the original Jumanji in theater because Robin Williams is the goat.
How dare you? How dare you? I am a chauvinist, not a
I mean,
misanthrope.
You
Get
got
it right.
Karen. You got Karen Gillian and The Rock. Those two go together like peanut butter and jelly.
I mean, Karen Gillian, yeah, you know, I'd
thing
stick
is-
my dick in that in a heartbeat.
The thing is, Church, is that argument doesn't hold water because I saw Jumanji when I was younger. I love Robin Williams. I fucking hate that movie.
I mean,
But the thing is,
you were also a little bit older than me when that movie came out.
But because I'm also not gonna say it's like, but it's badly made. It's like, no, it's an okay
It's
movie.
fine.
It's a serviceable
It was fine.
film. You know, because
and
for
The
the
Rock
I thought the original one was stupid too. I just
And-
no, it is
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
But you're not
Yeah.
the target. The target is either young children.
I was
or parents
literally the
of
target
young
for both of these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And The Rock was playing movie
Hell
Dwayne
yeah.
Johnson in this movie.
Hey, well, can I just comment on that real quick? Because we've talked about The Rock before in this way, and I want to mention Dwayne Johnson also has range. He doesn't
Yeah.
get the movies
Does
to
he?
use it. Yes, he does. One of his favorite characters, I want to say it was in Snatch. He was a gay hitman,
No, it wasn't Snatch. It was the sequel to Get Shorty.
which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And he sold it. He meant it. And at some point they said, "Hey, Dwayne, we want you to play a thumb," and he just started playing a thumb in every movie.
Well, before we get back onto to Target, Cross Comic says he's going to be putting up a launch page for Canadian Shield 2 and more. We look forward to that. Keep an eye out for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Cross, I have a character for you. I have an antagonist for the Canadian Shield. I want him to fight a antagonist with like a pitchfork, and we'll figure like maybe the Argentinian fork.
Jesus Christ. Top notch character creation here on the Gospel. Anyway, let's get this back wrangled into some form or fashion of
Cross likes it. It's solid. You
of,
lose.
of structure. I just see an okay in the chat. I don't see it, and I like it. I see an okay. That could be an okay, just as well. So
Or
it
an
could totally be
okay.
an okay.
Or an okay, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
so anyway, I believe Ayrton proposed that we start talking about America Chavez.
Oh no,
And
I
how-
said we should talk about the results of your proctology exam.
We're not going to talk about those because you're apparently not you're not supposed to like them that much.
Well, wait a minute.
You're a little young for a proctology exam.
Look, it was voluntary. Okay, it was elective. I was having a. He paid me.
Look, we know the results of Church's proctology exam, and that's why the SJWs are mad because his proctology results are too white.
But anyway,
Oh, so
America.
wait. Are you saying Church bleaches his asshole?
Oh hey, we've got Russians again.
Oh,
Excellent.
yay.
The Russians can stay.
Oh, can they?
Yeah, the Russian can stay.
I mean,
Alright.
they're practicing for World War III. It's fine.
Right, just the Russians. You can't invade Ukraine while they're here.
Hey,
Wait a minute,
I
wait a
don't-
minute.
Wait,
Oh, wow.
Hold on. Russian dude, if you're not a bot, mail me an AK.
I can see this movie. It's the Russian version of War Games, except when Russia launches, all the missiles fall back into Russia.
So, you wanted to start off with America Chavez.
Oh, Jesus.
So, I wasn't aware that they were...
That's exactly why I wanted to, because of Rune's reaction.
I wasn't aware that America Chavez was in talks as far as a live-action...
Well, no, she's in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, here's the thing. She's the replacement.
Okay, somebody just start from the beginning and explain this to me.
All right. America Chavez is a character that exists that nobody gives a shit about.
That's not true.
It's true enough.
That's not true. There is a fan base.
Sure. I mean, they're terrible and they're wrong, but they're allowed to exist. The thing is that character would have either had their own movie or would have been a sidelight in somebody else's movie, much as she is, because she's going to appear in the Multiverse of Madness, right? But the scuttlebutt is that her purpose in Multiverse of Madness is a replacement for Brie Larson because they're trying to do damage control on just how much people don't give a fuck, did not like, and absolutely loathe both Captain Marvel and Brie Larson in particular.
So here's
here's
the counter narrative that's circulating. Okay. Counter narrative is they're trying to set up the Young Avengers movie.
Right. I've heard that.
They got Kamala Khan, they got Kate Bishop.
Yep.
Rolling out the characters to do that.
Well, I'm sure Amadeus Cho will be along soon enough.
Well, no. The thing is that they've been saying Young Avengers, but I think Young Avengers is a dodge to what they're actually trying to set up, which is an all-female Avengers. Like that's somehow innovative and special.
No. I think the all-female reboots have kind of gone the way of the dodo.
Well, that's...
Those didn't make money over like 3 non-COVID summers. So
oh no,
I'm pretty sure Hollywood's done with that idea.
You're absolutely right, but they've also already committed to a number of actions on paper that they have to proceed with. So there's really what we're looking at is a lot of instability because the plan, the very careful, graduated progression of phases for Marvel got fucked. And it got fucked about the time, I want to say, they swapped over to Phase 3 and started running as fast as possible. Because what they've done is they took a process that should have taken decades and they've sped it up way too fast.
Well, we're not even on the main point here because wasn't the controversy that the actress for America Chavez is basically too white.
Yes, that is the controversy of moment.
She is as white of a Hispanic as what's his face from the Wisconsin shooting.
The issues as the extremists would have
Which one?
What's his face with the AR-15, whose name is completely escaping my mind.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse. She's as white a Hispanic as Kyle Rittenhouse.
The issue as the extremists see it is that when they're on their quest for representation, they are also upset, essentially, because when efforts at representation are made, they are extremely token, which they are. And their accusation is that Hollywood does, in fact, put Latins in their films, but only the whitest Latins they can find. Because their Latins aren't dark enough, so they're not representative enough. It's under-representation that needs to be corrected immediately or else.
Even though colored Hispanics are, while they are likely arguably the majority, they're not that big of a majority. White Hispanics are like about 40 to 50%. Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, in the first, they're not actually talking about Latinos as a cultural group. They're talking specifically about American Latinos. Because they want to pretend that Spain doesn't exist and the Castiles never happened.
Well, also American Latinos are very white.
So the problem is, has anybody been to like South or Central America?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you have.
I meant like any of the three.
I have
mean,
not,
I don't
but
have
I've,
to. I don't have to.
I've
We have
not, but
Miami.
I've read about it in books. So,
We
Okay.
have Miami, where we import South and Central America.
All right, fair
yeah,
enough.
all those
So-
cool.
I live in the
So-
South, so yes.
So then you guys know that literally South America's history is the exact same as ours, except for English and French taking over the continent. It was all
It was Spain.
It was
And-
Spain and Portugal. It's the exact same history. They're
And-
just as white as us.
Yeah.
Stop
And-
saying they're some different fucking thing. They are also European mixed with natives, just like we are up here, you goddamn fuckers.
Yeah, but that's the thing, they want to pretend that it's like Anglo-Saxons. Anglo-Saxons don't exist. Anglo-Saxons was a political scheme created in the medieval period to justify the Norman conquest of England.
Well, there is a linguistic tradition that you could argue that
Yeah.
Anglo-Saxons do exist.
But,
Linguistically
But the reason
You guys-
the reason I bring it up though in the height of nerdiness in the middle of the Gospel of Comics is because the extremists are trying to posit a indigenous Latino that never existed, that is both native and Latin without a Western influence.
they're fucking native from the Americas, from the New World. But
Well-
they're also
well, I
Latin
mean-
from the
Well,
Old
Also-
World.
there
yeah,
were
yeah.
Mexican Indians. They existed,
No,
but they
no,
weren't
also-
Latin.
No,
Also,
I'm,
here's-
saying,
here's the
I'm
thing.
saying they're calling them Latin.
One at a time,
Oh.
children. One at a time.
Also,
for
let's
New World natives. It's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
here's the even
stupid.
better thing. There are people who are pure stock Native Americans from Mexico and other places in Central and South America who
Yeah.
are also white,
Uh huh.
Yeah.
because that's just how the skin color be.
So
And there's a bunch of stuff about genetics that they just do not understand because science hard for people that claim to love science.
well, I do think it's funny that we're getting this controversy yet again from another Doctor Strange movie, where Tilda Swinton was not good for the Ancient One. No, you got to have an old Chinese guy there.
Well, no, you see, the controversy is how they market the movie, because they don't know how to market the movie on it being on.
Right.
Well, here's the thing that I find very interesting about this whole thing, actually, because I want to get to the actual comics and talk about the stuff that matters, what the show's about, supposedly. I have
Well,
read,
good luck, because the next topic's going to be your Red Skull thing, because I have to step
Oh,
away
yeah.
for a minute.
I have read an America Chavez comic. I instantly regretted it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I didn't know
Do
who
you
it was.
want
I'm like,
do you want me to
Oh,
call 911 for you?
Here's the thing. The
No.
original creators of America Chavez made what they wanted to do as an image comic, because basically
Right.
they got their comic taken over by horrible garbage people.
Yep.
And the image comic version wasn't terrible.
What was the name of that
It
book,
was,
Larry?
That one was America something. It was America Sanchez, I think, or something like that. But basically, it was Discount America Chavez.
It was America Great Again.
here's the thing, though. Having thumbed through that book, America Chavez's skin tone in book is a fucking guessing game.
Because the
including-
colorists are garbage.
including that she has been purple, which is a thing that a person I follow, an artist I follow, specifically pointed out. She now refers
America
to herself,
Vasquez,
Yeah.
she now
All
refers to
America
herself-
Comics.
She now refers to herself as the gentrified squid of color, because apparently black people are purple in many media, and she as a black person is offended by this.
I mean, Grimace from the McDonald's shit was black. So.
No, Grimace is a purple thing.
No,
He's not.
no, Grimace was black. Come on, he loved those chicken nuggets.
Oh, Jesus
My-
Christ, Ayrton.
My point is.
I hate you so much.
My point is that if the colorists can't agree on the ethnicity and the complexion of America Chavez, we shouldn't be throwing a snit in a live-action film about the multiverse, where the multiverse is open to infinite interpretations as to the complexion of a character you've never seen before.
I mean, look. We just have to feed them some colloidal silver till they turn purple.
That turns you blue. How dare you?
I mean, we could get people to turn blue just by having a bag put over their head and waiting until they stop kicking.
So what is this
get the
about? What is this about Red Skull?
Okay,
So
so
somebody brought
Yeah.
an old meme back from the dead, and Joe was like,
yeah, this guy Agent Decibel on the bird space.
So this is a Twitter beef.
Yeah, but it's just
That's
it's just
not
the
really a
dumbest thing.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
guys.
you guys go through it. I have to step away. I'll be listening.
So-
Don't fuck off.
So he posts the panels from Red Skull. And he says, it's funny when the villain is the one most concerned about the future of the people and not protecting the assets of international bankers like the heroes. Right? And, other people had comments. Other people had opinions. But I just said, very reasonable, that this panel is one of the worst comic pages ever made and we shouldn't embrace the supervillain just because terrible authors have impaired propaganda talking points. Because this is not the Red Skull. This is not the Red Skull speaking. This is the Red Skull with Trump's hand shoved up his ass, talking about
that's
huge
not Trump,
changes.
though. That's not even Trump, though.
No,
That's
it's-
straight
it's
up
the-
Nazi.
it's-
That's straight up Nazi
Right.
propaganda.
Right, but it's the caricature of what the extremists at Marvel think Trump says. This was
Right,
This
but
was
here's
Trump's
the thing.
Skull era.
Here's the thing: they couldn't even make it sound like Trump. They made it just straight up Nazi shit.
Right, which Red Skull is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this person responded to me, said, aside from your emotional response, where is he wrong? So I said, okay, I'll play this little stupid game. And I said, context is king. It doesn't matter if what he's saying agrees with your feelings or if it's correct. What does matter is that it's the Red Skull, an actual card-carrying member of the Nazi Party from the 1930s, saying whatever he has to in order to win the room. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't endorse it, and no one in that scene should be dumb enough to believe him, nor should anyone reading it. It
Now-
would be more credible if it had been Creed at a Friends of Humanity rally, or an original character.
Now, does the Red Skull wear the magic underwear like the Mormons do?
No, he doesn't.
Well, I mean, he might in that scene, we don't know.
Also,
We can't see it. It's magic.
So here's my follow-up to what Joe said. Also, bankers is code for Jews when said by a Nazi in an organization that was established by him and other Nazis to do what Hitler did the right way. Not only do we in the audience reading the comic know who Skull is and what Hydra is, so do the people listening. So the comic fails at its goal of making the Skull an alt-right boy. He's a Nazi, talking to Nazis, advocating for a post-Nazi organization. And the audience aren't marks. He also says your and not our, meaning Schmidt isn't a part of the grievances, but he's openly using the grievances for his own power. It's dumber the more you read the scene, and it was already super dumb.
So Decibel responded to me. He said, I disagree. He must act accordingly. Actions speak louder than words. I thought that was stupid, right? So I went on with my life. Larry made
Can we get a screen share of this interaction?
the actual
Let's see.
text?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if it's up on your timeline.
It's in the chat.
If one of you send it to me, I can pull it up.
I mean, I'll just pull it from the chat because we have it here.
Okay. Oh, hey, another Russian. Hell
Yeah, all the AKs will be in Ayrton's mailbox.
Hell yeah. Dude, 762 is cheaper than 380 at the moment.
It is. It is.
Just pointing that out.
There you go. So, I went on my life. I did my thing.
No, we want a picture of the thread, not of the screen cap of the comic.
If you click the link, it takes you to the thread.
No, it doesn't. It just takes me to the screenshot of the comic panel.
I've got the thread here. I've got the thread.
Okay.
All right. Well, like I said, I went on. I did my life. I was running my own thing. But this guy then apparently responded to Larry with the following, as you're pulling up. What one says should not be judged on the person. Truth can stand on its own. Tolerance is the problem.
Let me get this pulled up here.
Okay.
All right.
You're gonna love this.
I'm not sure I am. Let me close that down. Super secret. You guys can't see that we all follow Poe's law.
I mean,
I don't
Poe's
think
Law
he
is,
does.
Poe's Law is pretty awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Poe's been on the show a few times.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to get him back
So-
on the show so I could actually talk to him in real space.
So we got Agent Decibel here putting out this this comic here. Let's pull it up for the viewers. Any of them that might be out there and curious. But that is only the beginning. Your entire culture is under siege. Your principle, your country was founded upon lost in the name of tolerance. Your religion, your beliefs, your sense of community, all tossed aside like trash. You cannot even speak out against it lest you be called a bigot.
Magellan is better than Bieber. I will eat your ass.
And who benefits from it all? But the vultures feasting on your carcass, the bankers who stole your homes out from under you, and the politicians they purchased. Well, let them call you what they will. I know who you truly are. The beginning of a revolution, the first to see the collapse of the old guard, and the road to something glorious, the glory of Hydra. So it's Gavin McGinnis founding the Proud Boys.
Right. So here's the thing. Like I said, I went on my live, I did my thing. This guy
Right, you
responded
said,
to Larry, but
One of the worst comic pages ever made, and we shouldn't embrace a supervillain
Right.
just because terrible
Right.
authors made him parrot propagandist talking points.
right, but here's the thing. His ultimate response, and I thought it was just to
Oh,
Larry,
this
was
goes
actually
on for a while, and
just
Larry.
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. No, his ultimate response, the final post on this subject, quote, "Tolerance is the problem. It tells others how they can treat you. If they respected you and treated you as a guest, there'd be no conflict. Is it acceptable to move to a foreign land and demand others to conform to your ways? Is it acceptable to accuse them of hatred?" And it's like, wow, did you just... Did you pull the gray uniform out of your grandfather's closet? Holy shit!
I mean, the guy is doing like a themed supervillain account, so maybe it's a bit.
Hey, Hugo Boss has a special going on right now. Don't diss the unicorns.
But yeah,
Regional
no,
representative for the Villain Defense Foundation.
I am just shocked anytime someone tries to do a political take that, right? And in so doing, says, I denounce the opposition, so I am going to put on the clothing and the belief system of the worst people imaginable just because they're in opposition.
I feel like this was kind of a work, even though this person does follow Ethan Van Sciver. I feel like this was a little bit of a work that this guy was just, he was being a professional wrestler on your own.
I mean, you have that problem of.
I mean, how can you tell if someone's not shaking pills?
Yeah, you have that problem of the aphorism, where the closer you get to extremity, the harder it gets.
What do you say, Hex Allen?
Authenticity and parody.
Yeah.
Hey, Alan.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Ayrton.
More leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. More leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like size it up? I'm gonna haul him up by chain. Chop his ass up, size it up. I'm gonna haul him up by chain.
Hold on, Ayrton. I got this idea. You need to get together a honky tonk band and play Alex Jones bits like that as a honky tonk song.
Fuck yeah!
Oh man,
All
Yep.
I'm going on Craigslist. I'm looking for a honky tonk band right now.
Dude, you will end up going to Nashville with that shit.
That's okay.
But no, I mean, I have a different idea. I want Ayrton to take selected Alex Jones quotes and I want him to cut them with clips from the Venom movies, so that when Eddie Brock turns into Venom, he sounds like Alex Jones talking about ripping people's heads off, drinking their blood, and eating their ass.
We're breaking the conditioning.
We are in the animating contest of liberty.
It sounds
He already talks as if he's two people. So
doesn't it really sound too real?
Fuck, I'm gonna have to text some people. Hold on.
we might have to re-release the Venom movie, like the Jones cut.
Well, no,
Hold on.
we let
Somebody?
Hold on, Ayrton. He has a lot of conversations with Eddie Bravo. So he probably says Eddie a few times in those conversations.
No, what I was thinking is we download the audio from the Venom movie. I do all of Venom's voices in my Alex Jones voice, all of his
No.
And then
We'll do
slice it back in.
we'll do one better. We'll reach out to MC Jarbo and see if he can get us his software, and we'll run Alex Jones's voice through it from all of his live streams and everything.
Oh, it's just audio editing software.
No. He has an algorithmic software where he can catalog the words and syllables.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like he's got some kind of like highly complex like algorithmic shit going on, because that's how he makes his Mundane Matt and his Degunt videos.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is master level trolling. It takes prep and planning.
That is due.
It is a war against laziness.
That is due. But we were talking earlier about the Doc Strange movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about an actual topic.
Yeah.
And the Doc Strange movie reminded me of a great little bit of internet meme that it's in the Facebook, but not the Facebook, and the Twitter. We should start calling our Twitter the MySpace.
Is this about Borat?
Yes. It
Very nice.
Okay.
I think that's something we should share for
That's a dog.
people.
Yeah. The thing is, even when you're mocking it, the Aesop still falls fucking flat.
Yeah. So there's been another hot trend on the internet of people saying, "Well, why is Wanda a bad person for enslaving a town? And Doctor Strange is a good person for nearly breaking the multiverse."
Because Spider-Man nearly broke the universe, not Doctor Strange. You
Well,
fucks.
actually, not only that, but Doctor Strange isn't a bad person because he didn't impede on anyone else's will to do what he needed to do.
Also, Doctor Strange wasn't trying to bring back a person from the dead who expressly didn't want to be brought back from the dead.
Look, there's those things, but the other key element is that Doc Strange is actually a pretty shit human being. It's one of his character traits that he's not a good person, but he's really trying to be better, right? And when he fucked up, because Doc Strange done fucked up, all of his struggles that are going to be in the film...
No, Spider-Man fucked up.
Doc Strange fucked up by enabling Peter Parker's bullshit to begin with.
He should have been an adult and said, "Listen, yes, I can magic your
no,
problems
I won't.
away, but I shouldn't, because it's a bad idea."
But the thing is that having fucked up the universe, the entire film is about him trying to fix it, taking responsibility and undoing his error, right? Wanda Maximoff didn't try to undo her mistake until the 11th hour because a villain fucked things up. Wanda Maximoff would have gleefully lived through the rest of her life puppeting people and ruining their lives for her own self-gratification because she really wanted robot space babies.
Holy shit, I forgot that I follow Ron Toye and he hasn't blocked me yet.
I mean, to that point, Dan Crenshaw has coped better without Vision than Wanda Maximoff has. So.
I mean, he has 50% vision, so. But
Sorry,
yeah.
Dan Crenshaw. My bad.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I went along with your joke because it's close enough.
Hey, Stevie Wonder coped and he had 100% no vision.
So So here's a question for you, Mr.
Yeah,
Church of Failure.
but at least he
Yeah.
wasn't black.
What do you consider what's core to making a villain a villain?
I don't think we've had any true villains in the last 20 years, to be honest.
Well, no, I'm saying, from your perspective as a fine connoisseur of these sorts of stories, what makes a
Hate
villain?
tapes.
Hate tapes?
Hate tapes.
Being schizophrenic and denied sex by a white chick at UCLA.
No, that's how a villain. That's how a villain is created. That's not defined.
No, I think that the definition of a good villain is someone that you can instantly identify as, okay, I'm supposed to think this person's the bad guy. This whole cadre of everyone's the hero of their own story bullshit, I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all, because that sounds like something a villain would say to convince you that, no,
Right.
you're doing the right thing.
Right. Like, I can understand that there's two sides to every story, and that deconstructionism has taken fantasy storytelling and comic books to a place where, yes, every villain could really be the hero of their own story, and most of them
Except
are.
They can't. Because they
And
can't.
now,
But-
The
we have,
other option-
black beardless dwarf queens in Lord of the Rings.
we'll get to that in a minute.
So.
But
Do we
here's
have
the
to?
thing. We do.
No.
But here's the thing about everybody could be the hero of their own story. What about being the villain of your own story? Church, how much of your life story has been defined by you fucking things up for yourself?
Oh, man.
50%.
I would say it's a good 60-40 split, yeah.
I mean, he's still here.
So that means
But that's mainly because I've been fucking shit up for myself. Like, if I had gotten something right, I might not be here. That got dark real quick.
I mean,
Hey, I wasn't talking about your suicide attempts. I was talking about being on this show.
Hey,
It's called the.
if I didn't drink alcohol so often and go on Twitter and shitpost, I wouldn't be on this show. So
But here's the thing. Larry and I talked about this at some length. I'm not going to get into what was discussed before, but I will throw this one out there. I think that a facet of this problem is a misunderstanding of vigilantism. And it's as a result of long-term character arcs where heroes never die or pass on or retire, right? Because everyone agrees that Batman is the good guy, and therefore Batman should win.
Well,
Right.
here's the thing, though, Rune. The idea of Batman being morally questionable is fairly new in comparison to Batman as a whole.
Right, but the reason I have to bring up that qualifier, okay, is because we actually need to not look at Batman. We need to look at Batman's prototypical precursor, right? Zorro. Zorro is an anti-hero. Zorro is a fucking criminal. Zorro is one step removed from Robin Hood, also a criminal. When they talk about
Well, Batman's a criminal, but fuck, I'm a criminal.
Right, but I'm
we've
going
always been
somewhere with
criminals,
this.
Clark.
Zorro
Yeah,
had
really.
a cool sword. How dare you?
Yeah, but I'm going somewhere with this. The thing is that you can say that Robin Hood is not a hero because he's stealing from the rich and giving to himself, even though he's giving to the poor, because the poor is the men of Sherwood Wood, right? The merry men are poor. Their families are poor. He's giving to them.
He steals from the corrupt government to give back to the people that they stole from. Don't do that goddamn stealing from the rich to give to the poor. That is bullshit. I fucking
Right,
hate that analogy.
but-
Get fucked
no,
on that.
no,
All
no,
of you goddamn
Ayrton,
communists that are saying
Ayrton,
that. He's
Ayrton.
stealing from the government.
Right, Ayrton, that's actually my point.
All right.
On
sorry.
paper, okay, Robin Hood is a criminal stealing from the government. Whether the government's
That's not criminal though.
Would you let me finish?
That's moral.
Would you let me finish?
All right.
Whether it's moral or ethically correct or not is irrelevant. He's objectively a criminal. Zorro is a criminal fighting...
No, I disagree. Robin Hood is not
let me-
objectively a criminal.
Let me finish, because you ain't gonna know where I'm going with this if you keep jumping in. Zorro is objectively a criminal because he is fighting the duly installed government of New Spain, as established by the Spaniards.
I still don't think
correct
I don't
term.
think he's a criminal though.
Let me finish. The problem is is that these characters are heroes because what they are doing is correct, because who they are fighting against are objectively morally wrong. Because yes, the government of England during Robin Hood is corrupt. Yes, the government of New Spain is an oppressive dictatorship. Right? Right? When some numbnut says, well, every villain is the hero of their own story, what they're actually trying to do is do that Batman-like dance around, where they try to point out, it's like, but the vigilante is also wrong. And it's like, well, yes, the vigilante is wrong, but vigilante would not be a criminal if he did not have to be.
No, okay, but that still doesn't answer my counterpoint, though. How does that make them objectively criminals? I would say that makes them objectively not criminals.
No. You can't. That's.
You said that makes them objectively criminal.
They are.
That does not make them objectively criminal.
No.
That does not make them. That does not make them.
All right. Let me get
of your political.
All right.
Hold on. I got this. Ayrton,
Yeah.
to Rune's point, when you break the law of your country, regardless of the reason you're doing it, that does objectively make you a criminal.
No, it doesn't.
Jaywalking makes you a criminal. You've committed a crime.
No.
Just
because it's put in the law doesn't make you objectively a criminal.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Objectively.
No, it doesn't.
The more polite term is outlaw.
But the thing is objectively a criminal and morally a criminal are two different things.
Right now in Canada, objectively honking your truck horn makes you a criminal. That they need to declare martial law against you.
Yeah, Cross Comics said it best: criminals in the eyes of the law.
Yeah, so they're outlaws. They're not objectively criminal, though, because
according to their governments, they are.
No, because that would mean they are criminal outside of political or moral philosophy. Just looking at them, you would say, yes, they're criminal no matter what. That's what objective means, is there's no way to twist it into a way that makes them not a criminal.
You are conflating two things.
No, I'm not.
You are absolutely conflating two things, and you haven't asked what those two things are, so how can you know what they are, Ayrton? The two things you're conflating are, one, the idea that because you are correct, you are absolved, which you're not. If you do something that's wrong, it's still wrong. And secondly, those characters in question, right, had their crimes forgiven.
Also, to be fair, objectively means in a way that is not influenced by personal feelings or opinion, not political feelings.
Right. So because
moral
the land doesn't that's a political feeling.
No,
Yes,
it's not. The politics have nothing to do with feelings in practice. Or not in practice.
They do. Yes, they do.
Not in practice. What's the word I'm looking for? In God damn it! You know what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't have anything to do with feelings.
No, it
don't care about your feelings, bro.
Here's the thing.
Shalom, my brother. No, but my only problem is your use.
Look, 5 pint Ayrton, you need to calm down.
It's 7 pints at this point. Thank you very much.
Okay,
but
7 pint Ayrton really needs to calm the fuck down.
Here's the thing, okay? When Robin Hood aided Richard in reinstalling himself as king and kicking John to the curb, his crimes were forgiven by Richard, who said, oh, those weren't crimes because he was supporting my rule. Okay? However, the second Richard was dead, Robin of Locksley, who had become an important man in the court, right, had no friends at court, and King John specifically said to him, well, why don't you go back to the woods and kill more of the king's deer? He literally said that Robin's crimes, though he could not prosecute them because it would be politically untenable, were not forgiven by John. He had still objectively done them and was being held accountable for them.
That he is subjectively holding him accountable to that. That's my point. Is it's not.
It's-
He is subjective. He is saying, I don't like what you're doing, so therefore it's bad because I'm in charge. It's not objective. It's subjective.
In that context, it's absolutely objective.
No, it's not.
It's only
not.
It would only be subjective if a crime was committed and there was no external third party to declare it a crime. If I murder you in the middle of the woods and leave your corpse out there and nobody ever finds it, I subjectively did not commit a crime, even though you're still dead.
No, but the government is not just some neutral third party. They are their own objective second party. In your analogy you use,
right? But we're not talking about
government because John said you've done wrong now. Because
here's the problem. Here's the problem. You two are arguing semantics when both of you know just fucking good as well as what the other would mean.
We are
I'm gonna
arguing
need you to stop it.
Because no, we are arguing it, and it is stupid because
what Ayrton's saying
this
is
that this is like arguing bylaws and the libertarian convention.
Hold up, Ayrton.
But it matters.
If you keep talking about this, we won't get to talk about a race war in Middle Earth.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing this.
Right, but we want to get to the race war in Middle Earth.
No, because me and Rune are going to yell at each other more.
No, I don't give a shit about the race war in Middle Earth. Go have fun jacking off about it.
Can you fire yourself on the soundboard? Can you do that for me?
Hold on. Let me plug it in.
Okay. What Ayrton's saying is that law doesn't exist outside of the people who enforce it, which is a wonderful bit of sophistry, but it doesn't work that way.
We've gotten into the weeds. Just drop it. We get it. Tired of listening to you two yell back and forth about something that doesn't fucking matter.
What I'm getting at, which is the actual fucking point, all right, is that dumb shits who want to do complicated narratives in which villains are just misunderstood rather than being objectively bad people try to do a dance because they say, well, you support vigilantes and vigilantes are criminals, the Punisher's a criminal and he murders people, so clearly they can't be all that bad, with the problem being that Zorro fights an oppressive dictatorship, Robin Hood steals from the corrupt government, and the Punisher specifically kills people who are already committing crimes, often crimes far worse than a bullet to the head. Because, holy shit, have you read Punisher Max? Right? By comparison, these people are saints.
Right, but the thing that's not being taken into account is if the Punisher was a real character, there would be hundreds and hundreds of innocent people caught in his crossfire.
And
absolutely.
there'd be a national manhunt for him.
If Batman was a real person, the police would have shot and killed him 1,000 times over.
I mean, the Batman in my state has been arrested like 4 times at this point. So,
right, and he's not even as prolific as the real Batman.
Right.
But no, I mean, I get it, and I think both of you understand what the other one is talking about.
I just don't like the word.
Appreciate.
I just don't like the word objective in this context. It's inaccurate.
I don't like your face in any context, but I have to deal with it at least once a week.
Do you want me to turn my camera on and snort some more tobacco?
Hold up. Since we're all talking about how facts don't care about our feelings, let's talk about the Ben Shapiro superhero movie.
Oh, you mean Run, Hide, Fight?
No, the Hyperions.
Oh, sure. Tell me all about this. I want to hear how a little Jew Republicans gonna fail at superheroes.
Wait. Can we get Novel Bro? Can we get Novel Bro on for this?
Oh
bit?
God.
Well, I mean, hold up. Did you guys not watch the?
I'll message him.
Hold up.
I watched the trailer.
So Church and I are the only ones who watched the trailer?
I was busy with life. I was doing actual things of consequence that aren't this show.
I didn't even know this was the thing before you brought it up.
Well, give me a second here. So I'm posting it in the back channel chat. So you two can watch this while Church and I have an educated conversation.
I can just pull it up and we can play it.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah. let's play it, and then send an invoice to Ben Shapiro that he owes us money for advertising his show.
I mean, I know Church would love to get some Shapiro bucks.
I'll take anybody's money. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I'll start wearing a yarmulke if you guys want.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
My name is Vista Mandelbaum.
Oh, I have seen the ad for this.
My brother
It
and
looks
I have
horrible.
taken 4 hostages.
Everybody against the wall.
We've come for one thing. Our Titan badges.
Is this real? Yes, ma'am, this is real. Can I sign this? Well, I want that too.
It's the police. They want to talk to whoever's in charge.
This Titan badge can grant an individual superhuman power. Perhaps it's time for someone else to take on the responsibility. Meet Apollo.
I'd recommend next time using your power.
Yeah, if you think so. Calling all Hyperions.
On my way.
You're making such a mess in here. We've got a Hyperion en route. Not a good time to look stupid. Shots fired! God, come on, give me my gun! Suit up for adventure. She's trying to destroy me.
Next question. How's the family?
The family is, gosh, what is it?
Marvelous.
Now, first and foremost, I have to point out that the name of this movie is The Hyperions, and don't we already have a Marvel character by the name of Hyperion?
Hyperion is, a Greek god. So
it's
long as it doesn't
evil Superman.
Right. So long as it doesn't resemble the original character in any significant way, which this doesn't.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to. It's in fact riffing on 2 other things already.
This has been in development for 2 years, guys.
It's
yeah,
still
like a standard
on,
movie.
It's riffing on the trends that Warner Brothers was moving in, and it's riffing on
Films.
Kingsman.
So
it looks...
Films, the company behind the Power Rangers, is involved in this.
Yeah, it looks like what if Wes Anderson directed a superhero movie?
Cross says it looks interesting. I disagree.
I'm gonna watch it.
It looks amusing.
It looks more interesting than Love and Thunder.
Well, no, Love and Thunder was never going to be good.
My Last Bowel Movement looked better than.
No. I think you're thinking about that movie
Your Last
with
Bowel
Melissa
Movement was
McCarthy,
Blood
where,
and Thunder. That's a different thing.
Where Melissa
Melissa
McCarthy and another fat lady were superheroes.
What were you talking about?
There was a Netflix movie where Melissa McCarthy and another fat lady played superheroes.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, Cross has modified his position. He says it looks stupid but interesting. So I mean, yeah, I can give that. It does look stupid. It could be interesting.
I mean, we're gonna watch it.
I mean, you guys can do that. I'm waiting for Morbius.
I mean, you can watch it.
I
with
mean,
us.
this
That's the plan.
This is only going to be on streaming, by the way.
Why do you hate me, Church?
Alphabetically or chronologically?
Yes. It is probably intended as a parody, Cross, but that doesn't mean that it's a well done parody. I suspect it's going to be very on its ass.
I'm actually disappointed that it's a Saban production that doesn't rip most of its content from Japanese productions and then voice it over with terrible American actors.
The thing is, we've had, in my opinion, too many films recently that are what if superheroes, but twee. And I'm tired of that shit. I'm disinterested.
Example.
Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, unfortunately Deadpool.
Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, and Deadpool are all based off of existing properties, though, that are
right,
actually kind of like that.
Right, but here's the thing. Rune doesn't like the tweeness from the properties either.
Yeah, I really
I don't understand what tweeness is because I'm a parent.
It's slightly off color, it's slightly tongue-in-cheek, and don't think about it too seriously, guys. It's just a movie.
I just figured out sus the other day.
Yeah. Also included in the spectrum of tweeness is LOL so random as a humor.
Yeah.
The
Deadpool.
thing is,
I got that.
The thing is that for comparison, having named it, Deadpool is a good movie.
Deadpool 1 is. I'm not
Deadpool 1.
I mean, I enjoyed Deadpool 2, but it wasn't great.
Shazam is a surprisingly good movie. Okay?
Now, Shazam isn't twee, though.
No.
Well, here's the thing. They both have comedy in them. They're both positivist films in a certain direction. Right?
I love you, Cross, but fuck you, man. I'm not slow.
But
I was making a joke. Goddamn, man.
But
fucking call me slow because I was making a joke about being a boomer parent.
The thing is that those films, including Deadpool somehow, are also not trying to lampshade that they are comic book movies. They're not trying to say, I'm so smart and I'm so funny and I know I suck, but that's the joke. And that's the thing, is that this is both trying to be funny and say, and if you think it sucks, you're just not funny.
Or if you think it sucks, it's supposed to suck, like the Cowboy Bebop show.
How am I getting dunked on by Cross Comics?
I mean, apparently you were being a boomer.
I mean, look, man, everybody's had something in the water today, because we're all kind of being a little... little out there.
You're not fucking lying. I went to play cards today, and I swear to God, I should have just taken a fucking mulligan. I should have just stayed in fucking bed and never gone to the fucking shop, because every time, like I've said this before, but for anybody who hasn't heard it, I play a game called Magic the Gathering because I am an overgrown teenager, and I sat down to play with my normal group, and everything that I put on the board got countered or blown up, and well, I just got fed up with it about after 3 games. I just couldn't fucking take it anymore. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. To the point where everybody at the table was like, I don't want to do something and make him mad. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to have people playing with kid gloves. But Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was a bad day. You're on the money with that. It does seem like there's something in the fucking air.
I'm just saying, around here we all give each other a bit of a hard time. I wasn't aware that you, Church, were specifically the target of moment.
Oh, no. I've been the target of day. Like, my there's been a fucking target on my head all fucking day, and I don't know why. I went to order Chinese food, and it was going to take too fucking long.
Well, you see, Tom Holland fucked up the multiverse, and Doc Strange is trying to fix it.
I keep telling my wife, I feel like we've slipped into a place where, Berenstain is spelled with an E again, and, Kazam does exist, and it's a movie with Sinbad and not Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, look, if the guys don't win the Secret Wars, then you can blame Fish Penis for all of this. Because some bitch is getting fucked by a fish dick, and that's causing you to have a bad day.
It really is.
So I'm going to be a little contrarian on this Ben Shapiro production. Even if it might be kind of shitty, isn't it a good thing? And don't we kind of promote the idea that independent media should be creating these kind of stories?
It should exist. That's the thing. I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. I'm not saying people shouldn't see it.
This is a plank in Ben Shapiro building a platform.
I don't hold on. What's the real level of Ben Shapiro involvement?
Probably not much.
This is streamed through the Daily Wire. So
correct.
So
which
he's involved.
Does he own the Daily Wire, or is he just an employee?
He's a partner in the Daily Wire. I think it's owned by somebody else.
He's like the managing partner.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Hold on. Keep going.
Because I didn't see his name in the production credits.
He was producer on the other movie. He might not necessarily be producer on this movie.
Here's the thing to my brain, okay? Other films in this classification of film, okay? To me, I want to be very subjective, this is my opinion. Kingsman, Kick-Ass, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. They're superhero films. They have their fans, they have their adherents.
My wife keeps telling me I need to watch Kick-Ass.
I am just not going to be one of them. But I mean, if there are people who like that shit, more power to them. Where I get crotchety is I don't want to see a trend start or a trend perpetuate where now all superhero films are going to be that way. It's as obnoxious, equally obnoxious to me, if all superhero films become silly and lampshady, as that couple of years following Dark Knight where all films had to be grim and gritty to the extent of stupidity.
I'm just fucking sick of, like, it's weird coming from me. I love this shit. I love this capes and tights shit. But I'm sick of superhero media. I'm tired of it.
It's because it's all been turned into a gray, tasteless sludge.
Right.
Well, not just that, but it's in the height of a lack of foresight, it's an industrial machine. They keep showing their here's our films for the next quarter, and it's superhero film, superhero film, superhero film, superhero film, superhero film, trying to fill all tastes and all interests, but not considering that superhero was the taste, and that has a shelf life. They think if we watch all of it and they make all the money that's good. The problem is like, no, if we're watching all of it and you're making all the money, you're making half the potential money. Because if it was slower and it was more diversified in some fashion, it would be better for you.
Well, here's the thing. Marvel could put out a movie that is like an office comedy that is essentially Bob, Agent of Hydra.
Right.
They could. That would actually be a better Disney Plus or Hulu product.
I mean, they tried it. It was called MODOK, and it had Patton Oswalt, and it was horrible.
But MODOK doesn't work because MODOK is inherently like this super fantastical thing. I'm talking about you put together.
I get you. I'm saying MODOK was an attempt by Marvel to do The Office, and then they were bad at it.
No. I'm saying you take Hydra and Office Space, and you make them have a baby.
Yeah, no. In fact, I've read that comic. It's awesome,
and it was funny.
But do you know what that comic is?
Good.
No. Do you know the comic in question?
What, Bob, Agent of Hydra? Yes, I own it.
Oh wait, that's an actual book.
Yeah, it was in Secret Wars 2015.
I think we were describing a hypothetical book because I was going to say it's the Masked Henchman.
No, but I mean that's what it was based on. Absolutely. But no, Bob Agent of Hydra
there's a book called The Masked Henchman.
I know. I was saying, yes, Bob Agent of Hydra was basically a rip of that with Hydra instead of just...
I didn't know.
Yeah, I'll send you a PDF for it.
Sweet.
Okay,
but,
so the Daily Wire is actually owned by a company called Bentley Ventures.
Yeah, that's the venture capital fund.
Yeah, which is owned by Ferris Wilkes, who is a fracking billionaire, and he manages...
You can say fucking on this show, Ayrton.
He manages Bentley Ventures, formerly known as Forward Publishing, LLC, which publishes the Daily Wire, among other things. So Shapiro most likely is not heavily involved in any of these ventures.
Well, I mean, he's the face.
He's the face, yes.
And he's got equity. He's got equity.
No, he does. He was one of the founders of Daily Wire. Him and a director, which I closed the tab and forgot the name already. But it is owned by this other company.
Yeah, because the other guy's got the money, so he's bankrolling it.
Yeah,
and Ben gets richer the more this stuff happens.
Well, this is just.
But that actually brings up a point I was going to make.
I wasn't done making my point. Actually,
all right. Go ahead.
We got sidetracked talking about Bob, Agent of Hydra, but I mean they briefly touched on it in the new Spider-Man movies. Why isn't there a damage control movie? Why or a TV show?
That could actually be interesting.
You know, you do it just like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where normal people are walking around doing their job, talking about how superheroes fucked everything up, but you don't have to have fucking, Tony Stark pop in every couple of minutes. You don't have to have Nick Fury pop in. You just have a couple of construction guys who are milking the clock and bidding government jobs and trying to get the most money for their job. But yeah, they're cleaning up the fucking attack on New York, or they're cleaning up Slovakia or whatever.
So I don't have the answer, okay? Because I just don't. No. But I will say that I have had this problem before, and I don't know why people don't go for it. There's a game I have wanted to run for a decade or more. That is Werewolf LA Law.
Okay.
Right? And people are like, but why?
Law and Order Werewolves?
Hold up.
Law and Order Werewolves.
Let's back this up. What do you mean, Law and Order Werewolves, LA Law Werewolves? Please elaborate more.
Okay,
hold on. You have to end every session by saying this session was brought to you by Wolf Dick.
Oh, of course. In Werewolf Forsaken, the basic thesis is that the Forsaken are on the back foot because they are a army under siege by a multitude of enemies for ancient evils that they may not have committed, but they were accused of being committed, right? And their primary adversary are the pure, other werewolves who say, we didn't do nothing wrong, and we're not slaves like you, because wolf power. They're werewolf neo-Nazis. And what I wanted to do was run a game where the pure infiltrate the justice system, so that there are several judges that are pure, and they are using their position to get Forsaken, who are picked up for actual crimes as humans, thrown into prisons where their werewolf prison games can murder them. Right? So, a group of Forsaken form a law office specializing in certain cases, and they're basically doing law and order stuff to keep werewolves out of jail. Because the big thesis of the entire game line is that humans aren't supposed to know werewolves exist. So by day, you do a law drama. Just a straight up law drama. Precedent, paperwork, the whole thing. Right? And then by night, you pull out your lead pipe, you get out your silver knife, you go get your silver broadsword, and some people gonna die. Do both ends of that spectrum. And it's basically a superhero game. It's basically using the Matt Murdock structure, right? But for some reason, nobody has ever gone for it. Everybody I've ever mentioned to is like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a werewolf cop or a werewolf attorney or a werewolf secretary or a werewolf PI. That just sounds not fun. Somehow, to someone, somewhere. You've all muted.
No, I was waiting for somebody else to
That's kind of retarded, because I want to be a werewolf PI.
Oh yeah, no, werewolf PI is great. Use your supernatural powers to sniff out crime, literally.
Fuck yeah.
So, is it time to talk about the race war in Middle-earth?
No. It will never be time to talk about the race war in Middle-earth because it is the biggest controversy.
We don't have enough time because Rune's going to go off about how he hates Tolkien. I'm going to get pissed off.
I'm actually not. I'm actually not. That's how little I give a shit.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
People got mad at me. Just get this off the table. People got mad at me for looking at Gender Studies Queen of the Dwarves. Proud dwarf of color. And saying that my problem wasn't that she was of color, wasn't that she has a fro, because apparently Hollywood decided black women have the fro, wasn't that she has...
they do.
wasn't that she has fat, stubby fingers covered in gold paint for some fucking reason, right? My issue is that she's in this flowing regalia, right? And lots of people give me lots of reasons why, but I have this problem because it's like, madam, you're playing a dwarf. Dwarves are a practical, labor-centric people, right? Where's your armor? Where's your apron? Where's your proof that you were going to pick up this hammer and do some nails, and if an orc shows up, you're going to turn that hammer around and use the axe bit to crack some heads?
And
That's a dwarf.
And where's her fucking beard?
So that's the thing. I actually don't care about the beard.
I'm aware. Here's the funny thing.
Let me just get this out real quick, and I'll give it over to Larry. I'm aware that Tolkien asserts that dwarves have beards, and that female dwarves also have beards. Okay, I have just always said that I would be open to the argument that female dwarves have like a veil, or they wear like some kind of leather drapery that looks like a beard at a distance.
The second season of The Witcher, they had a female dwarf with a beard, and it was fine.
And nobody gave a shit. Nobody noticed. Nobody cares.
Well, I mean, people noticed, but I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. Because nobody in the show made it a big deal. It was just, it's a female dwarf, and this is what they look like.
Even though the dwarves in The Witcher are ass, and that is not Zoltan, they're okay. They look good. It's all good.
So, my problems with the latest controversy, they also said that, hey, the elves might have guns in the new Lord of the Rings show. Which, again, makes me wonder, they're introducing black elves and saying they might have guns, and then we end up thousands of years later and there are no black elves. Really makes you think.
We thousands of years later from that, we're going to have orc gangbangers be called Bright.
Well, my issue with that, Larry, is that apparently Elrond is supposed to be in this show, and if the elves had guns, but they were lost to time, some like ancient advanced society conspiracy shit, which I love that shit. Don't get me wrong, but if he's still alive, why does he not know how to build a gun? It's not that hard. You can do it in your garage with materials you found at Home Depot.
Here's the thing: knife ears aren't good at that sort of thing.
I mean, around elves, watch yourselves.
That doesn't answer it though.
Knife ears aren't competent at building machines. That's why they don't have them.
But if you're several thousand years old and you're fucking Elrond, I would assume you could make a rudimentary gun.
Right, but that's not what the elves prioritize for their time, because that's the work of dwarves and lesser races, like the men.
I mean, this just brings up the problem of where are the dwarves with guns?
Sure, but again, still, if you would have the lesser races build them for you, you would have plans somewhere.
Well, no, you wouldn't buy them, because then you're implying that the elves aren't the greatest race.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Clearly, the answer is Warhammer Fantasy is the better option.
But the elves literally reforged Narsil into Andúril.
Right, but those are swords, and that's appropriate work for an elf.
But they are advanced craftsmen, so they would still be able to make a gun.
Right, but if they did that, then we'd be imitating a dwarf, and that's unseemly for an elf.
But dwarves make swords.
Right, but dwarves make crude swords, because all dwarvish craftsmanship is crude to an elf.
Not at this point in the lore.
Well, here's the fun part about that. They didn't actually buy the Silmarillion. They bought
yeah, I know.
They bought miscellaneous notes, so they
can't. They bought the
tell,
unfinished tales.
Yeah, so they can't even do anything right with this.
Yeah.
That's why they're saying, "Hey, maybe there's going to be guns in there. Who knows?"
But still, like up until the Silmarillion, the dwarves and the elves didn't have conflict until the Third Age.
I mean, that's just elvish propaganda.
Okay, Trudeau, settle down.
Hey, I'm gonna say it again. Around elves, watch yourselves, man. No knife fears.
Knife ears are an untrustworthy lot.
It's gonna be so bad, and we know it's gonna be bad. It's all a ploy just to get people to hate watch the show when it comes out, so Amazon can make their money back and try and get enough money to buy the rest of the IP.
Well, because they've actually lost
that's
every.
all it is.
Well, it's because they've lost every actual quality property they tried to buy. There was almost a Conan series that didn't happen.
The problem is that they got Wheel of Time, which is more feminist appropriate than Conan.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the
they
guy
also tried to do Red Sonja, and that got canned for the same
Red
reasons.
Sonja's Red Sonja's also owned by a different company, so they would have had to have bought Red Sonja.
Right, but
Because
they tried to
the
get a
company
hand
that-
on it, and it fell through.
Yeah. Because they figure correctly you need Red Sonja and Conan in the same package.
No, you don't.
Well, that's what they figured.
They think it, but they would be wrong.
Sorry about that.
That's quite alright.
We were mostly letting Ayrton nerd out about Lord of the
no,
Rings.
I heard everything.
And yeah, and at the same time, we're also like, hey, elves.
I heard you guys. You know that elves are also another code word for a certain group of bankers.
No, those are gnomes. And sometimes goblins.
Which, look, I think everyone can agree.
No. During the meltdown of certain rage pig on the internet, Mr. Medicare did say that ruining Gator over $1 was very elfish of Ralph.
Yeah, Gator wears a little funny hat.
By the way,
I think we can all agree quite comfortably.
if we'd planned this out, I could have had the goblin thing, so you could have played the Alex Jones goblin clip.
Look, I think we can all quietly agree that if we have to choose between elves and dwarves, gnomes are subhuman, and a pest, and should be removed from the earth. So, it's better that way.
Have you guys seen
have
you guys seen Kyle?
Anyway,
he's about this tall.
On that note.
So you were right, Church. The alcohol didn't take you over your.
I hope the rest of you heard that cork.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's a nice cork.
Well, like I said, I haven't been drinking since 6 today. That's where the problems come in. So you go to the card shop and you actually start drinking around noon because your buddy brings you a couple of mini bottles to mix in with your root beer, and you mix in your mini bottles of bourbon with your root beer and you drink that while you're playing cards, and then you get home and you're like, oh well, in payment for a favor I just did, I have this bottle of Old Tub. That's what happened with Amy. Who the fuck is Amy? Who the fuck is Fresh News 24/7? Hi, Fresh News 24/7. Who the fuck is Amy?
What's up, Fresh News?
I don't know who Amy is. I'm confused. I'm invested now. Has anybody heard from Amy?
Who's Amy?
Amy!
Amy, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Amy?
Look, if your name is Amy and you're in the audience tonight, please contact the Gospel of Comics because we don't know who you are.
or at least Fresh News 24/7. Like, he's concerned. Like, this guy's chasing his girlfriend around the internet. Is she on the stream?
Is she sucking their dicks? Yeah, she's giving me the Gluck 9000.
No, you miss shows for that. I'm well aware of what happens when there's a woman in your house.
But
you may be aware, but I still muted.
But Ayrton, well, what do you think that we're going to have a black elf with a white woman in a world where elves may have guns and the black elf abandons the white woman when she has his kid?
Wait, hold on. Give me that sentence again, but slower.
Okay, so
with less autism.
So we're going to be having this story, right? Where there's this black elf who hooks up with a white human, gets her pregnant, and then abandons her and her child.
Oh, so South Chicago.
And also, again, the showrunner said that there could be guns with the elves, so definitely South Chicago.
Yeah, South Chicago. The Lord of the Rings, South Chicago. You can see it here first, folks.
The Detroit of the Rings.
Well, no. If there's the Detroit of the Rings, everybody would strip all the metal out of the rings to sell it.
It's just more, man.
That was my response to Fresh News. I thought you were the guy that had Amy Woman that was on here. But do you think any woman would put on this show week to week?
We almost had a young lady on the show week to week, but she stopped showing up. I assume life got a hold of her.
But no, I don't know, man. Like I do think that the rage marketing is definitely a good call. I think that they're definitely trying to get the hate viewers in there.
Oh, that's so what they're doing.
I mean, I'm sure Ethan will probably get on that a little bit, not a whole lot. But,
wait, are we talking Ethan like anime rabbit defense Ethan, or Ethan as in draws the Green Lantern pretty well Ethan?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh man, how funny would it be if people just started super chatting Ralph and made him watch the Lord of the Rings shit? That's actually worth some money.
That might be.
I was gonna send you guys a bonus, but I think I know what I'm gonna spend it on now.
Go for it.
The actual answer is that people want us to do shit posting things. They need to support us. Also, this episode is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends and
Raycon Shadow Legends.
And don't forget to check out the latest movies from Daily Wire.
And go check out the Patreon if you want to hear us say the N-word. Not on YouTube because we'll get kicked for that.
I mean, Ayrton will say the N-word.
I mean, I will, but
I'll say a different N-word.
Knickers.
Knickers starts with a K.
That's correct, but it has an N in it.
Well, I mean, so does donut.
Oh man, you guys would be disgusted if you understood how much money I just spent on fake Magic the Gathering cards from China.
That's an interesting rumor. We need to get our hands on the copy of the script to see if we can confirm that rumor.
Yeah.
What rumor?
So join us in a couple of weeks when we get the script, and we're going to do a live read of the Amazon Lord of the Rings, where I will play Alex Jones again. I will reprise my role as Alex Jones.
You're going to kill your throat, man.
Fresh News 247 said, I heard the main character was born male, but dressed as a woman in the Amazon Lord of the Rings show. What the fuck is that all about? I mean,
I think it's in the name that
glorious.
It's the Amazon Lord of the Rings.
And I'm going to play Galadriel as done by Alex Jones. So join us in a couple of weeks for that, folks. We are getting to the end of the show because Church is terrible at outros.
We're also working on doing a book review of Ben Shapiro's work of fiction.
Once a month, join us for the Gospel of Comics Book Club, where we pretend to be suburban housewife white women, and we drink wine and talk about a book that is terrible.
No, we should absolutely do that. I'm in favor of this.
I mean, that sounds like a great idea, actually. We could read Atlas Shrugged as one of our first book entries.
Hey, I said terrible books. Atlas Shrugged is great. I'd masturbate to that book. How dare you?
Yeah, we don't want
Well,
want anything that Ayrton's going to become
Well, hold
overwhelmed
on.
and start masturbating
Ayrton,
on screen.
Ayrton, you know what's funny about that is Ayn Rand literally had an affair so she could be inspired to write John Galt.
Well,
and then
yeah.
she continued to have the affair for 3 years after she completed the book, and that was when she decided that the Objectivist Society would allow for free love and polyamory.
Yeah, you say that like I don't know that, and that's why I'm not part of the objectivist movement. Come on now.
All right.
That's your problem with the word objective. It reminds you of objectivists existing.
Yeah. Hey, we have another Russian. Send me a goddamn AKM, you fuck. I will fight you. All right.
Look, we need to start the Russian AK fund. Where
I mean, actually, here the Chinese
can...
AKs are better.
No, I'm just saying, viewers need to support the show by getting Ayrton an AK.
True. No, Chinese AKs are better than American AKs, but Russian and Romanian are still better. Yeah. Anyways, Rune, what are you gonna say to close us out?
I'm gonna say that I have been spending the last 5 minutes playing a video game and not actually paying attention because that's how much of a not shit I give about the Amazon Lord of the Rings. Good night, everybody.
Hey, don't take my line. Church, go.
Yeah. No. Why would I do that? This is amazing. This is great content.
It is great content.
Cross Comic says we would never be able to read a book unless it was a comic. Good night, everybody.